Julius here. Julius here, and today we will be learning my oh so favorite, the kickflips. Let's get into it.
When I close my eyes, me for going into universe, I think about it.
Okay, now I'm gonna make this as simple as possible because do you know why? Here's the secret. It's really simple. The reason why I accentuate this so much is because I spent 8 years plus in a couple of months, who knows, but 8 solid years of learning this trick. And after those 8 years, I was mob flipping. It looked horrible, and it wasn't until I gave myself a break that I started to truly develop the kickflip that you see now. So with that aside, a few things you have to get down. You need to be able to ride comfortably on a skateboard, and you have to learn the ollie. Both are needed to be able to kickflip. Now that you have that down, set your feet up as though you were doing an ollie. Personally, I like to set my feet up as an ollie because I naturally tend to open my hips wider, hence me kickflipping off into the side of the nose. Most people like to cock their front foot just slightly towards the nose. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You can have your toes sticking out like a heel flip, still be able to kickflip. Next, you'd want to pop your ollie and slide your foot up towards the bolts. Once your front foot has reached the top of the bolts, flick off to the side of the nose towards the heel side. Meanwhile, you want to lift your back foot up to give clearance for the board to flip around. You'll then see the board rotating on its belly and back to its grip tape. Once you see that grip tape, catch the board with both feet. Now subconsciously, you always want to focus on catching the board where the bolts are. So when you land, you'd be right on the bolts. Once you catch the board, brace for impact, land, and right away clean. Now, a couple of issues that you might be having when learning the kickflip. You might notice that when you're flicking the board to do the flip, you would see the board flip, but then the board would also rotate, almost like a shove it. Now to fix this problem, it's quite interesting how I solved this one. What I do for this situation is that once I pop, I literally jump backwards. Not back like towards my back foot, but back, physically, like jumping back while I flick, because then that allows the counter force for the board to flip evenly in the air. If you see some of Cody McIntyre's kickflips, he kickflips and catches it tweaked and lands it straight. It's possible to do that kind of thing, but you need a lot of height. And Cody Mack, that's just his style, and he's amazing. Second, you might have a balance issue. You feel controlled over the board prior to ollieing, but once you're in the air, instead of your weight being evenly distributed prior to your catch, the way to combat this is to put a little bit more weight on your front foot. It's going to feel a little awkward at first, but it will allow you to develop that back foot catch. That is like the trick. That is the secret to back foot catches, having the majority of your weight on your front foot. Thirdly, your commitment. Again, with this trick, alongside any other tricks that you're learning, basic to as advanced as nollie tray revert or something, it's commitment. You have to be committed to this trick. Not to leave you guys on a bad note with kickflips, but if you're not committed to kickflips or being able to just land it with both feet solid on the ground, you can hurt yourself. And I've had my fair shares of pain, and it sucks. So commitment. Always be prepared to fall, because you know what? That's 90% of skateboarding. Now, obviously, My kickflips are just naturally a little higher because I love the hang time that I feel in the air. Disregard the height. Stick with consistency, because in the end, those small little increments of progression, especially with consistency, it will develop not only your consistency throughout the years, but will develop your style. And with style will come height. And the more skill and the more experience you have falling and figuring out kickflips, you'll be able to manipulate this board the way you see fit. So that about does it for this video. If you like this trick tip, please let me know by clicking that like button. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas, please let me know by leaving a comment down below. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. My name is Julius, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell for my future videos. I'll see you all in the next one. Laters. Do I have to do this right now?